Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is M.Riza Kurniawan from Management Class 24B from the Management Study Program of the Faculty of Economics and Business. Here I will explain about 10 economic principles. What are the 10 economic principles? Let's discuss. 1. People face trade-offs. Every decision we make involves a trade-off. Since resources are limited, choosing one thing often means giving up something else. For example, if you decide to spend time studying, you may have less time for socializing or working. The key idea here is that scarcity forces us to make choices. 2. The cost of something is what you give up to get it. The real cost of something isn't just its price, but the opportunity cost, the value of what you forego to get it. If you spend money on a concert ticket, you're not just spending cash. You're giving up the opportunity to use that money elsewhere or the time you could have spent doing something else. 3. Rational people think at the margin. Rational decision-makers weigh the marginal benefits against the marginal costs. For instance, if you're deciding whether to study for one more hour, you'll consider whether the additional benefit, e.g., a higher grade, outweighs the cost, e.g., less sleep or relaxation. This kind of thinking leads to optimal decision-making at the margin. 4. People respond to incentives. Incentives are crucial in influencing behavior. If the price of gas rises, people may drive less. If a company offers bonuses for higher sales, employees may work harder. Essentially, when people face changes in costs or benefits, they adjust their actions accordingly. 5. Trade can make everyone better off. Trade allows people and countries to specialize in what they do best. By trading, everyone can end up with more goods and services than they could produce on their own. For instance, a country that specializes in electronics can trade with another country that specializes in agriculture, benefiting both parties. 6. Markets are usually a good way to organize economic activity. In a market economy, prices and profits act as signals for resource allocation. When demand for a good rises, its price tends to increase, signaling producers to supply more. The beauty of markets is that they coordinate decentralized decision-making, enabling resources to flow where they are most needed. 7. Governments can sometimes improve market outcomes. While markets are efficient, they aren't perfect. Sometimes, government intervention is necessary to correct market failures, like when there's pollution, an externality, or when essential services aren't provided fairly, like public education or health. Regulations, taxes, and subsidies can help ensure that markets function more efficiently and equitably. 8. A country's standard of living depends on its ability to produce goods and services. A country's wealth is directly linked to its productivity. The more goods and services a country can produce with the resources available, the higher the standard of living will be. This is why investment in education, infrastructure, and technology is so important for economic growth. 9. Prices rise when the government prints too much money. When a government increases the money supply too much, inflation occurs. With more money in circulation, the value of each unit of currency decreases, leading to higher prices for goods and services. This principle is key to understanding how inflation works and the importance of keeping money supply in check to avoid destabilizing the economy. 10. Society faces a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment. In the short run, there is often a trade-off between inflation and unemployment, known as the Phillips curve. For instance, when the economy grows quickly, businesses hire more workers, reducing unemployment. However, this can lead to higher demand for goods and services, driving up prices, inflation. Policymakers must navigate this balance, as both inflation and high unemployment can harm the eco.